Let's have a massive round of applause for Chris McGlade and Northern Monkey.
Some build-up that one is. I hope I don't die my arse after a build-up like that. Otherwise, me and you look like a white pair of twats. I spent years ago I was in the theatre in Billy Elliot, so I don't need to use a microphone and that. All right, we've got some middle-class people here. I can tell by the way you dress, by the way. It's just great. It's just great to be in one of Teesside's favourite places, Stockton-on-Tees. Probably one of the only places that deprives 100 villages of a fucking idiot. I'm just looking at the audience, right? And I seriously, I feel a bit overwhelmed by you, right? Because if I'd have known for 1 second there was going to be this many people here, right? You could have come around our fucking house and we could I could have been sat in the house on the city now doing this in our house, do you know what I mean? And you could have gone and made a cup of tea and shit, right? And you could have made the toasties and that, and it would have been more fun than being in here, you know what I mean? With the middle classes on the front. I mean, I'm just looking at you, right? I'm looking at you, and I don't know, right? I seriously don't know whether to do me full Northern Monkey gig, right? Or just tell you the joke each and fuck you off. You know, where's the fucking cameraman gone? We spent an hour and 20 minutes watching those 4 no fucking opers, right? All the fucking life out here, right? And when it comes to the fucking headline, critically acclaimed comedian, we've got no fucking camera! What the fuck is that about? 30 years, right? 30 years! I've been a comedian, man and boy. I've been a comedian for 30 years. And you know that you've made it when after 30 years you come to Stockton, right? Where you're full of fucking clothes and play in an abandoned cowshed to a fucking bus queue for no camera. Before I set off, right, my daughter said, "Dad, when you get there, tear the place apart." As you can see, somebody started. But you're a great crowd, mate. You're a very warm crowd, a very warm crowd. I've never felt this accepted since I was a kid in hospital. Jimmy Savile came to visit us. So this is like a bit of a rerun of my Edinburgh show, Northern Monkey. And to be honest with you, I hate Edinburgh. I think it's full of like middle-class, liberal fucking knobheads. You know what I mean? Sorry, mate. By and large, I think it's full of middle-class, liberal knobheads, right? And Japanese tourists who they fucking tortured the life out of me for selfies because they thought I was James Nesbitt. See, like Peter Capaldi and Mr. Bean and all. I can't be sure. I want to say I'm going to break because I'm not as scripted. I can't be scripted. I just cannot be scripted, right? In the room tonight, not only have we got the guys who've done the improv, we've got like 3. I feel really emotional with this, but we've got 3 young comedians here from Teesside, right? Fran Gallagher, Carl Gillespie, and Jim McMaster. Give them a big round of applause for us. I call my show and all that, and that's made me buzz like crazy, that one. I swear to you, I'm feeling this tonight. That's made me buzz like crazy, right? Because, right, I call my show Northern Monkey because that's an affectionate term. It's a derogatory term that people in the south apply to people in the north. Basically, it means that people in the south, southeast London, and stuff like that, they think that people in the north, like us, are all like thick and ignorant and racist and bawny and loud and crude and ignorant. Do you know what I mean? So I went to Edinburgh to explode those like myths, those middle class liberal myths, and also to champion a very much discriminated against section of the comedy community, the working men's club comedian, and that style of working, that working class style of working that goes all the way back. It's that saucy seaside postcard, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, let me poke your pussy, right? Kind of humour. And it goes all the way back to Geoffrey Chaucer, medieval poet Geoffrey Chaucer, who, believe it or not, Flower, right, was a latter-day Charlie Brown. You know, he was, because he was always talking about shagging and fat women, and shagging fat women, right? And sort of respect for that kind of work. I feel duty bound to tell you that the day I went to this sex shop on Borough Road in Middlesbrough, and I saw you in there, and I bought some of that cream that you put on your penis to make it bigger than area. So I thought, I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone, mate. And I put this cream on while I was knocking 40 off the wrist. That's wanking to the middle class. Right? And I tell you what it is, right? It's an absolutely nothing for my penis. But have you seen me fucking hand? That's a very visual guy. It normally appeals to the uneducated and working men's schools. There's this preconception, there's a misconception. The working men's club comedians, right, are all like sexist and racist. And we're not. We're not. I was grounded in the working men's clubs. When I first started comedy, there were no comedy clubs, there were no comedy nights. Comedy's now the rock and roll, but when I first started, there was nothing, there was just the working men's clubs. Do you know what I mean? Like the Eros Club, Doggy Workies, all these lovely places, do you know what I mean? Fantastic places, working class venues. There was no comedy nights or anything like that. That's when I first started my stuff, do you know what I mean? And there's this misconception. The working men's club comedians are all sexist and racist. I'm not. When I look at my crowd, to my audience, right, I look at you, right, I don't see men and women. I don't see black and white. I see targets, right? I see targets that I can have a go at because I like to interact with them, do you know what I mean? See, for the sake of my act tonight, there's going to be no black in this room, there's going to be no white in this room. As far as I'm concerned, everybody in this room is going to be blue. Right? Blue. Anyway, there's this dark blue fella walking on the fucking road. I'm glad you came with me there, you know what I mean? As you can tell by my accent, I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm from that picturesque fishing village known as Red Cap. But it's not picturesque, really, it's a shithole. It stinks. It stinks. If somebody farts in a car in Red Cap, they fucking wind the window up. Right? I've spent 30 years working on Teesside. There's people I know in here. My mate Paul Irvine from the Borough. My mate Andy Hayden from Groton. My mate Dave Hall. I grew up with him around Pennine Crescent, right? There's lads and lasses in here I've known all my life, right? And I've spent a whole career working on Teesside. It's one of the roughest areas to work in, do you know what I mean? And it's a pleasure for me tonight to come to a nice venue with a lovely comedy crowd in front of you and not have to wear the gum shields, do you know what I mean? And at one time, right, I hated my accent. I love it now, because when I open my mouth, right, I can actually hear the poetry, right, and the humour in my accent. I can hear it. When I was a young though, I fucking hated it, right? Because every time you open your mouth, especially down in London, you get prejudged, don't you? No. Every time you open your mouth in London, they think you're thick, or you're racist, or you're ignorant, or you're the kind of people who are like living on the breadline and using food banks, and some kitchens, you know what I mean? I told my mate down in London, she's a casting director, and I told her that in the winter months, right, we put salt on the roads, and she thought, right, she actually thought that that was because roads were all we had to fucking eat. You didn't like that? That's all we had to eat, roads. You hear people talking in northern provincial towns, and the more and groan about immigration all the time, don't they? And they'll say, hey, you go downtown these days, and you can't hear anybody you understand. All you can hear is foreigners speaking languages you can't understand. And it's like that in Middlesbrough. Well, sort of, but not quite the same. Because in Middlesbrough, you can hear an English language you can't understand, right? It's called Chavish. Chavish. And it's spoken by lads like him. Only they've got a tracksuit on, tucked in the socks, baseball cap on the back of the head, 3 teeth hanging on the fucking mouth. And it revolves around any amount of swear words, right? Some of the most profane words ever in the English, and any amount of insults, right? And from a distance, and it's the same in Stockton, or Grangestown, Leicester. From a distance, it sounds like whale song. Fucking whale song. Have you heard of it go? Oh, you fucking right, that. Oh, you fucking spanking, you like that, you like that. I fucking know you like that, you fucking like that, fucking spanking, you like that. Fucking man, fucking that, you like fucking spanking, you like that, fucking do you like fucking man. You're laughing because it's true. You've all heard it all the time. Fucking that boy. You're like, I know. Thick fuckers. Thick fuckers. I'm thinking, no wonder I couldn't get a partner down in Abbey. You know what I mean? Whenever the police knock on the door in Grangestown, all the kids start talking Chinese. Is your mum there? Shin Tin? Not you, sir. Not you and your lass. But these sad fuckers. People on Teesside, right? People on Teesside look Slavic, don't they? They don't they? We all look depressed. They walk around, right? And it's like one of those 1950s bloody Hungarian movies, isn't it? Right? Everybody looks depressed. They all look sad. They all look Slavic, don't they? They're like great, big, like fat, Russian athletes. Without the athleticism. Bluntly, Jim, bluntly. They're all big fat McDonald's eating cunts, you know what I mean? Big, they're like traffic bollards that move. Big oblong fucking things. Obesity is a problem on Teesside, right? Put it this way, it's that bad, right? Obesity in Teesside, it's that bad. If that Westminster Bridge terrorist, right, had attempted to do on Parliament Road in Middlesbrough what he did in London and ploughed his vehicle through a crowd of people, he'd have ripped the front end of his fucking van off. Obesity, right, is a problem to working class people on Teesside. 40% of children on Teesside, God bless every last one of them, comes from a family that uses food banks. And that's why obesity, right, is rife on Teesside, because people can't afford to feed the kids decent grub, so they're feeding shit like McDonald's or Burger King, fast, cheap. And so it's always been that way. We never had no fast food when I was a kid. When I was a kid, our old fella used to go shooting, and whenever he shot, he brought home and our mum cooked. Do you know what it's like eating clay pigeon every day? With a little bit of road on the side. Obesity is a problem on Teesside. It boils my piss because there's obesity, homelessness, deprivation, right? And it boils my piss when I see these corporate whores, and that's what they are, corporate whores, right, on programmes like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, right? Bragging and boasting because they've slept rough for a couple of nights and eaten a bit of unconventional penis. Just to get a meal. Sleeping rough for a night and eating a bit of unconventional cock in Middlesbrough is a fucking average night out, isn't it? I am the Northern one. But I don't care what people in the rest of the country think of us over here. Because we're all warm-hearted. Socially spirited people, proud people, passionate people. We talk to each other. I love the interaction with people on Teesside. Look at all my life. All my life I go to, look at that. That's because I'm not a gobshite. Whatever I say, I mean. Those groups bumps mean I love this area. I'm proud to be from this area. And we all talk to each other, don't we? Don't even know people, you say hello, don't you? Alright mate, oh sure. How we doing, pal? Oh, nice to see you, mate. Alright. No kidding you, right? So I told lads outside our house today. Never seen him before. And I was like, alright lads! Where you going with fucking telly? But I let them have it. Because they had an out. I've got an out, but they had an out. And so I let them have it. 3 weeks ago, I shit you not. I was upstairs in bed, and the air was moving around down the stairs. I went down the stairs, and there in my front room, silhouetted against the front window, was this lad. So I says, what you doing? And he knew me. He fucking knew me. He said, oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I'm looking for money on jewellery. I'm on the bones of my arse, and I'm looking for money on jewellery. I said, are you? I said, well, put the lights on, we'll both fucking look. You know you're in a socially deprived area. You know you're in a socially deprived area when you stay in a hotel there and they pinch your towels. That's how you know. We've got fuck all! Fuck all! Nice to see you doing your job properly. We've got notes. We've always been behind. The way we dress, appliances, technology. You youngers, all you flower. 32, okay, not so young.
Oh, cheers.
How old are you, young man? There. 30. Yeah. Okay, let's see. How old are you? 23. And this is your boyfriend there. Okay, get the camera from that. You see, you've never known hard times, have you? Since you were a kid, you've been lavished upon by your mother and your father. You've had everything you fucking want! You've had your iPhone 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. You've had your uploads, your downloads, you've had your fucking Apple Macs. You know what I had to occupy myself with when I was a fucking child? One of them! One of them! You fucking snowflake! A wooden dog with elastic legs! And what you're trying to do is just more entertainment at the same time. That was entertainment, Flo. We did everything interactive. 5 bits of wood and some elastic. Job fucking done! Look at it! Look at that! You probably invented the wheel. We have notes! We've got notes! The first time I saw a beanie, I had a shit in it. That's the truth, I had a shit. I had a diarrhea shit. A pebble dust. A pebble dust. A beanie. We went on holiday, it was my first holiday, right? Over to Tenerife, right? Me and my mates. And I went and I had a shit, a pebble dust shit in a beanie. My mate said, come on, Chris, for fuck's sake. What are you doing? I said, I'm having a shite. He said, it's not a toilet, son. I said, what is it? He said, well, it's a beanie. I said, what does that do like? He said, well, it cleans all the shit and clinker, right? Residue, right? off your written piece, right? I said, hey, I've got something similar in our house, it's called a wet flannel. If you're in an art report, it's the dog's tongue. But then being in your mate's house, and you walk in, the dog comes over, the golden retriever or something. You stood there, the dog starts to sniff your goalies and shit. It's alright, isn't it? You're laughing because you're having your head. I'll look at you, tickles to bits. They're like, these are my mates, right? They have 2 foxhounds, right? Lizzie and Eddie, and I love it, right? You go in their house and they sniff every part of you, right? They sniff every single millimetre of your body, but I love it, right? When they sniff your goalies, because it's erotic, right? They have the most delicate noses, and when they start sniffing around your bell end, right? It gives you the semi-on, right? And I love it, but it's like really embarrassing, isn't it? Because you're stood there, you're not moving them, you know what I mean? It's even worse and more embarrassing when you walk in your mate's house and they've got like a toy dog, like a poodle or a chihuahua, because then you've got to bend down so you don't. It's a bit obvious when you pick it up, isn't it? Phil, get some more water, son. Paul, now there's a working class after you a minute. Article, I need you to listen, right? I need you to listen to every single word that I say right now. I need you to listen to every single word. Article, right, is a working class bastion of slobbery on the northeastern coast, and it's home to ex-upper class Labour MP Peter Mandelson. Home to a polluted petrochemical plant, home to a radioactive nuclear power station, home to the Article contaminated ghost ships, and by strange coincidence, frogs with 15 heads. It's also home to the highest rates of ovarian and testicular cancer in the country, but that would just fuck the punchline. So, do you know what? They have no street light in Article. There's no street lights, the council have no need for them. Because at 8:30, the kids light up automatically and run around like fucking glow sticks. Did you ever see the second series of Benefit Street? It was in Port Clarence between the Borough and Article. The first series was in Birmingham, the second series of Poverty Porn, Benefit Street, was in Port Clarence. And I watched it, right? I'm not kidding you, you had this woman on there, and she goes, Here! Just because we're on the fucking door doesn't mean to say we're any worse than any fucking else. We all come out the same hole, piss out the same hole, and shit out the same fucking hole. And I'm sat there thinking, seriously, what have you got in common with Peter fucking Mandelson? Because there's an old saying in Teesside in the north east, isn't it? Because this is a Labour stronghold. This is a Labour stronghold round here. And there's an old saying in that goes, you could put a red rosette on a pig and people would still vote Labour. Right? Have you heard that one?
Yeah.
Well, in Article, it was even worse than that. Because they put a red rosette on a fucking Tory and people still voted Labour. Right? You all probably know this story anyway, right? But in the 1700s, 1800s, in the Napoleonic Wars, the people of Article actually found a monkey on the beach. And they'd never seen one before. So they hung it, right? Because they thought it was a French spy. Thick fuckers. They hung the fucking monkey. They hung a little monkey because they thought it was a French spy. All I can say is, it's a good job they didn't rumble Peter fucking Mandelson in it. That upper class fucking infiltrator. That's what he was. I mean, seriously, how can you purport to piss and shit out the same holes as the people on Benefit Street and then go on looking at the fucking Rothschilds? Do you know what I mean? You hear these middle class and upper middle class Labour MPs, and they'll say, they'll put the rosette on and they'll go into some of the worst sink estates in Teesside, Ragworth, Rosewood, Grangestown, Eston, North Ormsby, Lakes Estate in Redcar. They'll put the red rosette on and they'll go and they'll say, I'm like you, I'm like you. And I'm like, are you? Are you fucking really? Do you go on the back, you run on the fucking lads? Do you smoke snarly Embassy Regal? Do you sit in the club all day, play the stroke with the lads and go home 5:30 for your tea? Do you piss in the bath? Do you fart in bed and pull the covers over your lass's face? That's working class, isn't it? Peter Mandelson went into a fish and chip shop in Article when he was canvassing, right? They give him fish, chips and mushy peas, and the stupid bastard thought mushy peas was on a Cardo dip! That's not fucking working class! I'm working class! I'm working class, I'm proud of it! I'm fish and chips, I'm roast beef beef and Yorkshire pudding and 10 pints on a Sunday afternoon, come on, slap me fucking life around. I'm only joking there. I couldn't take 10 pints on a Sunday these days. I'm just pandering to those middle class misconceptions again. I'm not sexist or misogynistic in any way, shape or form at all. I believe in the women's movement. I can't stand it when they just lay there. The problem that I had, right, was that I grew up in Lakes Estate in Redcar. And I ran with a gang of council estate lads, right, and I picked up all their sexist, misogynistic terminology that they attributed to sex. Bang, nail, screw, hammer, drill, that's genuine, isn't it? Bang, nail, screw, hammer, drill. Just confused me, because the first time a girl took me home after a nightclub, I didn't know whether she wanted me to fuck her or put some shelves up. Our mum didn't help at all. I got my sex education. My dad was a very introverted man. I got my sex education from my mother, who taught me with the aid of a packet of jelly babies. She pulled two out, and I always remember she said, "Now this is a little boy jelly baby, Christopher, and this is a little girl jelly baby." It did me no favours at all. Because at our first Christmas school party, right, this lass called Mucky Maury, right? That's what all the lads call her, Mucky Maury, right? She came to give us a kiss and a bit of fucking head off. I love my school days, mate. Do you remember when you were a kid, you used to come home from school? Probably didn't do it. Probably didn't laser on in the old school times. All the working class lads, and you used to think you looked cool, didn't you? There's a 54-year-old bloke that looks like a bear there now. I used to love my school days, mate. Quick faggot did it down. Poking the lasses behind the bike sheds. I love being a caretaker, mate. You all had your nicknames, didn't you? Like Shezza, Smiggy, Diddy, Ado, Lado, Wado, fucking Wazza, Fazza, and Gaza. Honestly, if Fatty Robbo came through that door, if Fatty Robbo come through that, I'd fall to this floor, right? He always had a Jew club hanging on the end of his door, like a bogey. It was one of them bogies, right? They used to hang out his nostril, and when he breathed out, it went out. And when he breathed in, it went back up his nostril. They'd come up to say hello, and it was like a compliment shot. He always had a bogey hanging out his nose, a Jew club. His collars. Acky blacky. His shirt tail was forever out, right, with a skid mark on the end of it. Holes in his knees, shoes were never put. Do you know, he was the funniest headmaster he was. I love my school days, great school days. Went to Westfield's comprehensive school, fabulous. All my mates were Romans, good lads. But Romans, when we left school, they all became Middlesbrough frontline football hooligans. And well, listen, I'll talk about this because it's part and parcel of my growing up. In the words of Elton John's song, Saturday night will be alright for fighting. When I was a young man, you know, I was a juvenile product of the working class whose best friend floats at the bottom of a glass. And that's how all these lads got off, do you know what I mean? And I ran with them. I ran with all these football hooligans, Middlesbrough football hooligans. And yeah, you can condemn them, and yeah, it's something that I'm not like proud of or out like that, but it was a part of my life that I wouldn't change because I've learned all sorts from it. It's opened my eyes, and I see what's going on. It's widely accepted now, right, even by the liberal left, that multiculturalism in this country has failed. It's a failed exercise. And we've got diversity, and that's fantastic. But we've got no integration. And unfortunately, people are more divided now. And we've got more violence and tension between the different factions in this country than ever before. And I look at it, right, and this multicultural experiment was always meant to fail. The government never wanted it to work. They put us all in this multicultural pressure cooker, and then they took the valve off the top to release the pressure. And the valve that took off the top was humour and laughter. It took off the top our ability to laugh at each other and ourselves. And that's why there's all this trouble now. And the government thrive on that. Because while we're all at each other's throats and we're all fighting, they're getting away with fucking murder all the time. And they have an agenda. Don't ever think, right? And they use certain things to make us afraid and keep us fighting. And the one that they use at the moment is radicalisation. And the press pump it up in the press all the time. The press the government's agenda all the time. You know, radicalisation, be afraid, radicalisation, be afraid. They make great play of the fact that young British kids are going abroad to fight. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, what's wrong with that? Like, British kids have been going abroad to fight for years. In fucking Magaluf and Cavos. Syria is no different, is it? This is like 1830s for Muslims, isn't it? That's what it is. It's like Syria is 1830s for Muslims without the recreational drugs, alcohol, or Pink Tom's fucking Megamix. Oh, and the mindless violence. Because at least when they kick off, they're kicking off for a cause. Not just because somebody's pinched my fucking frisbee. You know what I mean? They're doing it for a cause because they believe in it. You know what I mean? When they drop Jaeger bombs, they drop fucking Jaeger bombs. It makes me laugh. They make this great big thing about Shamima Baghdad, right? No, they make it, I've got to say this wasn't planned by Edinburgh, but I've got to say this. And I don't care if you don't laugh, right? Because I'm not just here to make you laugh, I'm here to make you think. But Shamima Baghdad, right, was one of 3 Muslim schoolgirls who went over to Syria armed with nothing more than mobile phones made of fucking socks. What a G8 fucking nuclear superpower for fuck's sake, and yet the press thought and built up, right, that like she was the biggest antichrist in the world. Well, 3 young impressionable schoolgirls. They probably went over to Syria for a bit of tan and shag. You know what I mean? Like all the British girls on holiday. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But nobody says anything. Nobody says a word about the fact that our governments are allies with Qatar and Saudi Arabia, right, who fund openly our enemies in ISIS and Al-Qaeda.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? That's the fucking important. And not only that, right, they let these 2 countries, Saudi Arabia and Qatar, who openly fund international terrorism, right, buy up huge swathes of our capital city, including Heathrow Airport. So when you see fucking Shameen Begum, right, in the newspapers, just think to yourself, right, who would you rather be afraid of? These 2 countries are buying up huge swathes of our capital city, funding international terrorism, or a fucking young 18-year-old girl with a baby. You know what I mean? Yeah. Open your fucking eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is right for doing it, but if you're going to fucking take a citizenship away, then stop dealing with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's it. That's what it's all about. And that's how they divide us, you see.
I don't think I was coming to see this today.
I'm sorry, have you had too much drink? And that's what I see, you see. We've got more division, more unrest in this country. And that's what I saw. Being a soccer hooligan opened my eyes to it, because you only had to look at the football terrace to know, right, that people from different areas don't really get on. That's why they segregate them at football matches. That's why they segregate us at football matches. You know, in this country, we'll start in the north east. You got Newcastle, 8 Sunderland. Sunderland, 8 Newcastle. Newcastle and Sunderland, 8 Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough, 8 Newcastle and Sunderland. Middlesbrough, 8 Leeds. Leeds, 8 Middlesbrough. Leeds, 8 Sheffield. Sheffield, 8 Leeds. Leeds, 8 Manchester. Manchester, both sides of, 8 each other. Both sides of Manchester, 8 fucking Liverpool. Liverpool, 8 Stoke. Stoke, 8 Birmingham. Birmingham, 8 London. We all fucking hate London. The English hate the Scots. The Scots detest the fucking English. The Welsh hate the English hate the Welsh. The Irish hate the English hate the Irish. The call us the United Kingdom. You know what we're united by? We all fucking hate each other. That's why we all hate each other. You got the Georgians at Newcastle. You got the Mackhams at Sunderland. And at the Borough, we were always called the Smoggies. Only our nom de plume changed in the 1980s when we had the Cleveland sex abuse case. And we became, then our nom de plume became at the football matches, the child molesters. That's what they, I'm sorry to offend you, but that's what we became. The fucking child molesters. You used to have grown men shouting it, the child molesters. Right? I used to take my daughter to the matches from being 7 years old, right? And I told her football hooliganism was all about passion. It was about passion. Controlled passion. We were from Middlesbrough, they were from Leeds, right? Let's have a bit of argy-bargy, right? I used to tell my daughter from being 7 years old that there was absolutely nothing wrong with standing on your chair and shouting, "Fuck off, you fucking Yorkshire bastards!" As long as it was controlled. Right? But the Geordies used to take it too far. You used to have, when you went to St James's Park, you used to have loads of them. What's it like to shag your kids? What's it like to shag your kids? I've got my daughter with me. What are you supposed to say to her? She's Dad, what they're talking about. I said the first thing they come with me here. I said, tell me what, they're jealous, right? They're jealous. You got Geordies putting the faces to the barrier like that, contorted. Kenny Fiddler! Kenny Fiddler! Oh, my vested child molester! I hate you! I hate you! No, I can understand that from some thick, interbred ex-miner from County Durham. But Sir Bobby Robson. The away matches were all the best. They were always the best, the away matches. You had all the different firms around the country. You used to have the Derby Lunatic Fringe, Newcastle Gremlins, CM Casuals at Sunderland. But well, one of the most notorious ones, Millwall Bushwhackers, Chelsea Headhunters, Middlesbrough were always called Middlesbrough Frontline or the Clueless Crew. Right? Because we never knew what we used to. We used to go to somebody else's city and just get pissed and take loads of cocaine and have a laugh and a crack, and that's what it was, do you know what I mean? We used to make it up. There used to be lads there, they used to phone each other up on the mobile phones. We were going out to London once for the Chelsea game. One of the lads was on the phone. Alright, we're on our way. Where are you? Just near Peterborough. How many are there? 40 of us. 40 handed? Yeah, 40 handed. Where should we meet you? West Kensington. Kensington, Three Kings, West Kensington. How will we recognise you? How do you fucking recognise you northern monkey? We'll be wearing fucking pink carnations, won't we? Was the worst thing he could have said to us, because we got down to Kensington, kicked off at a fucking wedding reception. Have you seen the masterly way? Did you see the masterly way? I took you right down there talking about international terrorism and built it back up again. Fucking so bad. Football's a middle class thing now, isn't it? It's a middle class sport. Everything's middle class dominated now. When I was lad, it was all working class stuff. All the hooligans were working class. Now all the hooligans are middle class hooligans. When we used to get stuck in, it was like a bit of argy-bargy. Come on, get stuck in. You can spot the middle class hooligans now, like loads. Because you can see them, they've got a mobile phone in one hand, a latte in the other hand. And they're unfriending each other on Facebook. Anybody in this room, right, who thinks there's no class divide, you're crazy. There's more class divide in this country than ever before, right? We think different, we act different, we speak different, we like different television programs, different films, we like different food, we like different types of comedy, we look different, we even go in different places and all day. Just go away. Who's working class? Who's working class? You see, the thing is there, right? These two here, obviously you can tell he's middle class. He's working class, right? I guarantee you, right? Me and him are going all day, our ideal holiday, 2 weeks, all inclusive, belly gone, eating as much shit food as we can get down our necks, right? Drinking as much shite beer, right, as we can fucking clamp down our necks. This guy's his ideal holiday, right? He's pushing himself to the limits, trekking through the Amazon basin, or up natural fucking Pichu, right? Eating worms and petrified monkey shit. Right? If my kids and Jim's kids, what's on it? Paul. If my kids and Jim's kids are unemployed for a 12-month period, they're nothing but dolly scrounging, benefit cheating fucking shit. If his kids are unemployed for a 12-month period, it's a gap year. If I get up in the morning, Jim gets up in the morning, we yawn, stretch, scratch our bollocks. That's all it is. Yawning, stretching, scratching our bollocks. If Paul does it, it's Tai Chi. I tell you what, right, this is the truth. I need to tell you this is the truth, right? I did that at the end of a festival, right? I did that exact routine at the end of a festival. Sit down, let you know you can sit down. I did that exact routine at the end of a festival, right? And it was brilliant. It was brilliant. And you had this middle-class liberal dickhead, right? Sat at the back of the room and he went, I don't think that's very funny. You're getting a cheap laugh having a go at other people, right? And there was this guy, he's my friend now, he's upper middle class, and he's a writer from Edinburgh, and his name's Vin Arthur, right? And he turned round to this liberal knobhead, and he went, excuse me, sir. He said, I actually think the comedian is very funny. And he wasn't laughing at me, he was laughing with me, right? And sat on the front row with these two big fat fucking pie eaters, right? From Rotherham and all, right? And this showed the difference, even the way they echoed, right? Because this lad from Hull said, here, mate, shut up you daft cunt. now, button it, right? And I thought to myself, and what this Liberal couldn't see, right, was that I was taking the piss out of him and he couldn't see it. And I'm thinking, why don't Liberal people just chill out? Why are they always up in arms every time somebody says something remotely contentious? When I'm on the way to men's clubs, right, I'm on the way to men's clubs and people love you to take the piss out of them and involve them, do you know what I mean? If you've never been in a way to men's club before, it's fucking fantastic. Like, you'll have some big lad who'll come over and before you start, he'll say, "Oh mate," and I'll say, "What?" He'll go, "Take the piss out of my mate," and I'll say, "Which one is he?" He said, "The big fat fucker with the bald head. Get him, rip his fucking eyes out. Take the fucking piss out of the fat fucker. Go on." So you do. People threaten, this is the way to men's club then. I'd say, "You look like Jimmy Savile," right? Right? I'd say, if this is the way to club, I'd say, "I've always wanted to have sex with a woman wearing glasses. Will you give them to her?" You would be Richard Branson. I'd say to you, if you had 3 belly buttons, you'd be a fucking float. I'd say, you look as though you've been to a fucking famine. Jim looks as though he caused it. Just working class people laughing at each other. Well, you dare do it, you dare do it. No, this is a very blocked off thing, Paul. Yes, she would, yeah. Yeah, I know, obviously, he won't be getting his leg over the sea. Well, there you go. So, but it's just laughter. Because I used to be, Paul, my mate Paul tells you, right? I used to be 18.5 stone, right? I was the biggest, fattest, idlest git, right, that there was ever, right, ever. And I laughed at myself because I was a fat fuck, you know what I mean? But that's how we are. But in these middle class comedy clubs, they don't like it. Like middle class people, liberal people, want to chill out a little bit more, just relax. A couple of years ago, there was a boxer called, heavyweight boxer, Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson Fury's a traveller, right? And gypsies aren't known for being politically correct, are they? Right? Well, they're not, right? And Tyson Fury made a statement in the press, and he caused all kinds of fucking hoo-ha, all kinds of hoo-ha. He turned around and he went, "I think the only place for women is either on the backs or in the bedroom. On the backs or in the kitchen. On the backs or in the kitchen, right?" And the fucking uproar and the furore from the liberal middle classes, right, was unbelievable. But working class people didn't give a fuck. Working class people didn't care. Do you know what our lass said? Do you know what our lass said? I'll tell you what our lass said. Our lass said, "The best place for women is either in the kitchen or on the fucking back." She said, "Well, I don't suppose there's nothing else to do in a fucking caravan, is it, the pikey bastard?" I don't think there's anything else to do in a caravan, the fucking pikey bastard. And she destroyed him. She destroyed him with an un-PC statement. Fantastic. Everybody had a laughed him, Cochrane being like sacked or hanging on, banging from boxing, just laughed at him. That's all you've got to do, just laugh. And that's what I miss, you see, because we don't laugh enough at each other anymore, because of this liberalism. I mean, we are different, we even eat different. You see, when you look at Jim and look at Paul, right? Right? I play this game, right? I go to a Toby Carvery. He's like, "Toby Carvery?" Toby fucking Carvery, what's that? Right? I go to a Toby Carvery and I play class spot. And working class people, right, when they go on a Toby Carvery, like Jim, when you're there with their lads, right, they have this thing called stacking. Jim, right, will have a Yorkshire pudding like that, and he'll fill it with like all the shite, right? he'd put the meat on the bottom because it's flat, right? And then he'll cushy peas, carrots, turn and all that, and then he'll build it up till it's like a fucking Tower of Babel, right? Dripping in gravy. And then it's like the Japanese in Jordan's chest going back to his fucking... When this bloke, Paul, and their last going to a talk daddy, you can still see the fucking plate. Me and Jim, right? Me and Jim. To us, bits of meat in pastry is a great steak bake. To him, it's beef Wellington. We have pork scratchings. They're like bits of fungal nail infection. Hairs hanging out of them. He'll have pork crunch. Like fucking quail's hand. I guarantee you, right, this fella will go to Starbucks or Pret a Manger, right? We'll go to Pret a Manger and the middle classes toss themselves off over this stuff called deconstructed carrot cake. Fucking deconstructed carrot cake. That's crumbs, Jim. They've even got this thing, the middle classes, called tantric sex. Tantric fucking sex. That's where they rub each other's pussy, right? The male pussy and the female pussy. They rub them together for about 4 or 5 hours, right? Without having a fucking orgasm. They have something similar in Sunderland. It's called 10 pints in a kebab. Big round of applause for the fair. So I've been on nearly the house all morning, but I'm glad that everybody has stayed. I had to make that point about radicalisation and Shameen Begum because I know I took things down, but I had to get things off my chest about it because I don't agree with the support of the terrorist group, but I mean, in the scheme of things, why did I write Northern Monkey? I wrote Northern Monkey, right, because I'm sick to death. I'm proud of being working class. Makes me cry. I'm not proud of being working class. I'm a poet. Make people laugh and make people think. And I love that. And I'm proud of my class and I'm proud of my area. And we are getting discriminated. There's more discrimination against working class people now than there has been for a long, long time. It's worse now than it has been for a long time. And middle class people and liberal people, they dominate the arts, they dominate like dance, music, certainly comedy, acting. You've got people like Christopher Ecclestone and Julie Walters coming out and saying working class kids can't get a chance in the arts and all this and that. The other, the press, everything is middle class. And working class people, I believe, are getting squeezed and squeezed and squeezed and squeezed like this. And that's why I went to Edinburgh with this show, because I was trying to champion my class. The BBC's business correspondent, Steph McGlade, she's from Borough, and she talks like me, you know. And when she went for their interview, right, at the BBC, she got the job, and then afterwards, the bloke came over, one of the panellists came over and said, that was fantastic, that. It was really surprising because we didn't think people like you were intelligent. Fucking couldn't believe it. She went on record and said that in The Guardian. Last year I did this show in a place called the Blessington Carriage in Derby, and in the audience you had a lady called Marsha Ann Rook from BBC Radio Leicester, and she loved me. She thought I was fantastic, and she tried to get me into Radio Tees as a presenter. So she sent this bloke at Radio Tees, one of the bosses, an email. And she said, oh, I saw this comedian last night from Middlesbrough, Chris McGlade. Absolutely fantastic. I think he's got great presenter, material, quality acts, so on and so forth. However, he's not from the socio-economic demographic that the BBC normally recruits from. Wasn't middle class. Last year, when I was at Edinburgh, I got a casting call from a lady called Megan Phillips from a casting agent in Manchester.
And she brought this casting call, and this is what it was. If this doesn't make you angry, right? She went, "Hi everyone, I hope you're well. We're working on a new production of Brassic. This is a comedy loosely based on the background of actor Joseph Georgian and Charlie about a group of young men drifting into petty crimes in Sky Manchester locations. Stars Michelle Keegan and Joe Gilbert. For this, they are looking for people who look like they could live on a council estate. As such, the images that we hold for you all on the website are too polished. Therefore, please could you send through selfies and try and make yourself look as council estate as possible."
Fucking
Okay, now, imagine a casting call for gay people and
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
them to look
get
like
away with it.
as gay as possible. Imagine a casting call for Muslim people and asking them to have a rucksack and look suspicious. You can imagine the outcry that there would be. Right? Can you imagine the outcry that there would be because it's working class?
Just before.
So Miss Megan Phillips, that's my daughter. And that's my granddaughters, Willow and Matilda. These are council house estate people, by the way, they're from a council house. I will cry now, that's my grandson. He's the apple of my eye. Lucius, good old working class name. Is this what she's looking for? Is this what Megan Phillips was looking for? Because these are working class council estate people. That's me with my best pair of underpants on. So, I went up to Edinburgh, because I thought myself, Edinburgh is like this great big sea of middle class liberalism. And I felt as though I was like this working class salmon. Maybe that's called middle class. I was a working class addict. Swimming against that liberal tide with loads to say. And I thought to myself, I will. Because I go around the country and I talk to working class people, I am one. And I thought to myself, I will make a point and try and end this discrimination against us. And I wrote this poem. My good mate Bobby Knoxall, comedian from Sunderland, died a few years ago, my best friend on the circuit ever. I miss you, I think we're really proud tonight. So I wrote this poem, champion in my class, and I was going to call it "Fuck Off Liberals," but I changed it and I called it "Right to Hate." And it goes like this. You tell me what I can't say, you censor what I can. You say I'm offensive because I believe my eyes when I say I see a woman, not a man. You call me thick and racist for not wanting to be a part of a rich man's club in Europe with no soul or guts or heart. You throw me the slave trade, you tell me my 2-year-old grandson is to blame. You point your brand and accusing intolerant fingers and tell me to hang my head in shame. I'm free to have opinions as long as they fall in line with yours. I can fly my banners high and proud as long as you support that cause. You have to be right all the time. Yours is the only way. I have to like the things you like, be they black, trans, left or gay. It makes no difference, I can tell you, I'm not the things for which you accuse, because once you've made your closed off minds, I'm always going to lose. I have black friends. So you're still a racist. Homophobic, but I've shared beds with gay men. I'm an anti-Semite, but the Rothschilds really do influence the dollar, pound and yen. You simply Pinot Grigio and trying to be bars down in the smoke, looking down your noses with loathsome contempt at 33 million working class folk. Well, I'm not here to tell you that you have had your time. The winds of change are blowing and bells of freedom soon will chime, because my fucking class, are waking up and stirring, and we're going to peacefully attack. We're going to breach those PC walls of segregation that divided gay, straight, white and black. I've got no malice in my heart. I don't judge people on their sex or creed or race. I don't speak of absolute cunts behind the backs, not even the man who murdered me dad. I just tell them to the face. So to all those branding liberals who won't allow debate, I hate no man or woman. I just want the right to hate. I want the right to hate like I want the right to love. I want to dislike what I want to dislike and be able to vocalise it, bruv. I'm not responsible for slavery. And we're not taking any blame because the white privilege built on black slavery you say that I enjoy. Well, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Oprah Winfrey, Rihanna, Floyd Mayweather, Alicia Keys, Jamie Foxx, et al. All enjoy the same. Beyonce spent $87 million on a house just through shaking her ass, while me and our lass sit at all the men about ways to pay their fucking gas. And I don't see too much white privilege in a system that lets East European immigrants or wounded soldiers live in cardboard boxes. Why do liberals fail to see? Not all white folks live in stately homes chasing fucking foxes. And I'm not homophobic, transphobic, or anything phobic, you see, because I don't fear sex or race or gender. I just won't bow down to their PC. Don't confuse my use of slang with racism and bigotry. Don't confuse my rejection of your shite with spite. Don't naturally assume I'm thick and racist because I'm northern working class. I'm not. I'm articulate, sharp and bright. And I will not walk a minefield every time I open my mouth to speak. I will not apologise for things I've glibly said or spoken tongue-in-cheek. So shape up or fuck off with your madness. Because I aim to bring you down. I aim to bring working class people together, Muslim, Christian, white and brown. I'm going to bring those globalist walls of Jericho crashing on your brainwashed liberal feet. I'm going to blow my loving, inclusive, un-PC fanfare in your communist, fascist, capitalist, socialist, left, right, Catholic, Protestant, Muslim, Christian, black, white, gay, straight, male, female, leave, rain, remain, north, south, divides. Our defeat. They've divided us and conquered us for way too long. They've taken the piss out of us and they've laughed at us and they've shared the benefits at the top. Well, I'm going to take this gig on the road to tell those fucking bastards it's time for their shit to fucking stop. Not bad for a normal monkey. My next gig is the mother-in-law gig, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to play this. Hopefully we'll have a full house. But my next gig, my dad was murdered in 2011, and I had all kinds of shit following that carry on. And I forgave his killer, I forgave the man who murdered him. My dad was strangled to death and set on fire, and I forgave the old fella's killer. And I've written this comedy act, and I've called it Forgiveness. And I've done it in the style of a workman's club comedian with all one-liners and the bad jokes out of taste, and it's going to be fucking brilliant. I can't wait to go. But if you're enjoying this spot, my name is McGlade. I'm available for weddings, bar mitzvahs and children's parties. Don't ask me if I made DVDs, I don't think they're a rip-off, but if anybody's interested, they have made these pots of jam, right? You can actually believe when you go to South Yorkshire, you get some thick interbred mind coming up and saying, "Hey lad, I bought those fucking pots of jam, have they got any?" Stupid twat. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've taken you on a journey, you've come with me, and I've loved every single minute of it. Thank you for that.
I don't know what to say, apart from thank you very much. God bless you, good night, and keep peace in your hearts. And when you get home, have your beef Wellington. God bless everyone, thank you very much. Good night. Ladies and gents, one more time for Chris McGlade there, superstar.